All right, y'all, we're going to look at some movie trailers. We decided to do something like this when we discovered that there's a third Terrifier trailer out. So I've seen it already. I think this can be his first time. There's actually three of them
Three what trailers?
for the Terrifier. There's
All
two
right.
teasers and an actual full trailer that just came out 2 or 3 days
Uh,
ago.
let's watch the full trailer.
Have you seen any of the Terrifiers? No.
I seen one, part one.
You ain't seen the second? You still haven't seen the second one?
Nah, man. I heard it's gross, man. So
I mean, it is, but
I'll watch
if
it.
you got through the first one,
Yeah, the
it's
first one.
actually way better put together movie
Yeah,
than the
like
first one.
actual. Yeah,
The first one was
I know
like
the filmmakers, man. I seen them at AFM. They were making Terrifier 2 for a long time. I don't know if
during
you said
COVID, right?
COVID, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, they started making it before COVID. When I was living in LA, they had actually started making it back then. So, I mean, they're in pre-production. I mean, the guys were cool though. It's a horror film, the Terrifier. If you guys don't know, um, so yeah, we're gonna watch the trailer and review the trailer.
You survived the most famous serial killer since Jack the Ripper. The 5-year anniversary is coming up. I think a lot of people would really like to hear from you after all this time. Want to know what it's like to be in the presence of that kind of evil. What goes through your brain when he's close enough to you. You feel his breath.
You can only imagine.
I saw him today.
Who? How can you be sure it was really him?
I could feel it.
Who is this Santa? He's scaring my kids.
Yeah, he's scaring me too.
Hey, Santa's handing out presents!
Kids?
Why would he come back here? Even if he was alive, which he isn't. When you want to get as far away from here as possible, as far away from you,
You both know this isn't over. I have to go back to the Terrifier.
it's still buried there, isn't it?
Might be the only thing that could stop them. Looking forward to the best Christmas ever, filled with fun, smiles, and laughter.
Definitely looks. You can see the production value. You could tell the same filmmakers made it. They have this contrast in orange hues. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then like some of the backlighting is kind of blown out. You could tell it's the same filmmakers with more money. You know what you're getting when you watch this film. So,
This guy's definitely dying.
oh yeah, the black cop, he's done. Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, we know this. You know.
Oh, yeah, he grabbed him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's done. Yeah, there's no way he's surviving. Yeah, you see the orange hue. He's kind of
Yeah.
got this.
Warm.
Yeah, he's got that warm. The people in the contrast, the darkness
Yeah.
around it. It's the same. It kind of gives it that cheap '80s kind of look, but it isn't.
You remember Chris Jericho?
That's Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I bet you he'd rather be in Fast and Furious 11 than this. But yeah, Chris Jericho. Wow, I didn't know that was him. He looked familiar. I didn't know.
He
Wow.
showed art with his head.
Cut off.
Yeah. And then a body just walking.
Wow.
This shot right here, this is like a shout out to like that window.
Right.
That's kind of like what's that movie? Black Christmas.
Yeah. Black
The
Christmas.
cover, it's like the front cover,
The
or
front cover
it's
of
like
the
a
movie.
scene.
Yeah. They also did The Shining when he hears Johnny, he put his head through the door.
Yeah,
I saw that in here too. So the filmmakers are definitely
yeah,
that
that
shot right there. Definitely horror fans.
definitely looked like it's gonna be worse, which is
This one?
worse than part 2,
Wow.
which is saying something. They didn't really show anything, and one thing about me is I don't really watch movie trailers.
Yeah.
Halfway through a movie trailer, I'll stop. If I like it, if I'm sold, I'll stop watching the trailer. Like, okay, I'm gonna just go watch it. There's
Yeah.
no point in looking at the rest of it if I'm gonna sit down and see it in theaters. This right here, I feel like it didn't even show anything. It showed just enough, but it didn't show why the reason you come to this movie to,
Yeah.
So the whole shock value. When I went to go see part 2, I was in movie theaters and everyone was like, ooh, oh, like even me, certain parts, I was like, jeez.
They put part 2 in the theaters?
Yeah. Yeah, the theatrical launch.
Was
yeah.
part 1 in the theaters? Wow.
No.
Good for them.
They even say that part 1 wasn't even, that was just more of a test run than anything.
Yeah.
And that 4 is planned,
Yeah.
and it's really just a trilogy
Yeah.
planned.
Oh, for this?
Yeah, because like they're not really, part 2 does start as soon as part 1 ends,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
part 1 isn't really where they were creating the actual lore. There's the actual like lore to
Yeah.
this part 2, and they created more questions and answers. They left us knowing that, well, thinking maybe it's over, but then again, there's so many unanswered questions.
Yeah.
So there was like an actual story to it that was somewhat interesting. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know if you can handle it. I don't know. The gore portion of the movie is pretty bad. It's not as bad as the sadness
Yeah.
the movie,
Yeah, I haven't watched that yet.
but they're both up there.